Hey, what's up, friends? So we purchased our electrical system, and I think it's unlike anything you guys have seen. Well, let's just cut the crap and get right to it.
Joe.
All right, introducing. It says EcoFlow. And this is the new state-of-the-art plug-and-play, super high-tech electrical systems that are going in vans and RVs and even homes all over the country. And we're gonna unbox for you and try and figure out what everything does. Gosh.
Wow.
This
What is it?
is the power hub, as they call it. So this is kind of the brains and all the fun pieces that you normally have in your electrical system, all compiled into one neat, nice little box here. Not a ton of wires, not stuff like, when I look at all the electrical systems, I don't know about you, have you ever seen them where there's just like wires and everything going every which direction, and it's really intimidating and looks very dangerous? Not with this.
Power Hub has a 3,600 watt AC output and includes 2 MPPT solar charge controllers, a DC to DC battery charger with MPPT, an inverter charger, and a DC to DC step down converter. Everything you need to power your van, your RV, your tiny home.
It's amazing. So you can power from solar panels on top of your rig. You can power from your alternator while you're driving. You can power from shore power, 30 amp, I believe I read. If you have a complementary piece to this system, EcoFlow makes their own smart generators, and you could also charge that way. So there's like 4 different options, which is amazing because look at this. It's so compact. I'm very excited. And you have the option to put in 3 of their batteries. You could stack, they have 2 kilowatt hour, 5 kilowatt hour batteries that are all stackable. The crazy thing about this is it's a 48 volt native system. It can step down to a 24 volt system. 24 volt system if you were running that, or a 12, which is amazing. They're covering every system that you need. And also, a bonus, you can run a 48 volt air conditioner with one of these battery ports. You just buy the cable from EcoFlow and run it up to that if you want to do that. We're learning as we go. This is cool. Solar inputs right here.
It smells like a new computer.
It does. It does have that electronics. Oh, these are all the beautiful power cords. Power hub AC charge cable. Put this into the power hub, and then this goes into an outlet to charge. So like your shore power charging right here. Your PV in for solar right here. So simple. These just lock in. Your AC main out cable. So this cable right here connects to your LFP battery. We started off with a 2 kilowatt hour battery, and we could stack up to 6, which is going to be plenty for what we're doing. It's as simple as just boom on your battery. Boom. Power hub. What?
Power Hub alternator charge cable.
Show that off. Connect that up to our alternator. DC main out cable. So this is also going to the distribution box for all your direct current. 12 volt for us. The other one was for our standard outlets, 120 volt. So this is going to be our display module that has everything you need to know about your system, from power coming in to going out to usage, battery life.
Is it touchscreen?
It is. And it is Bluetooth as well, and they have an app that's really user-friendly. So I don't know, it's just a very clean system. This just connects from your monitor to the power hub. Battery mounting straps, you know, in case we go off-roading, we do some jumps, barrel rolls, whether on purpose or not, your battery is not going anywhere. It's like a seatbelt for the battery.
But your brain.
Different story. This gorgeous thing right here is the distribution box. So let me open it up and show you. It just clicks off like this. You could label everything you want. This is where you're gonna run your 24 or 12 volt. Ours is 12, so you have 12 volt fused connections in your distribution panel. And the cool thing, which I was telling you about earlier, is all of these can be shut off via Bluetooth, each one individually through the app or the panel. So if you wanna add a bunch of different lights to turn on and off, aside from the switches, you can do that. If you wanna hook appliances up to these that are, 12 volt, whatever, but you have control of that.
And that means from your phone you can turn stuff on and off. Right?
Yeah.
And so like if you're laying in bed and you're too lazy to turn off all the lights that are in the rig,
That's
you can
exactly
just
right.
do it from your phone.
I love that. So it's also a smart unit. It's got a lot of functionality in that way too. And you got some, you got 6, what are these? The AC like 120. So that's gonna be for like our air conditioner. We're doing a mini split, by the way. Our fridge has an AC. We're gonna have a few outlets throughout. Also, this thing pops off and you can see where all these connections go. And it's like a really, really clean layout. It's actually mind-boggling. So we'll be able to mount this so it faces us inside of the living area, down below by our feet, but it's gonna be accessible and we can lift up a bench if we need to get behind it. But this thing right here, I mean, I'm very impressed with everything so far. Okay, here we are trying to address all things electrical finally, and not gonna lie, electrical is kind of my Achilles heel, if you will. So meet our friend Ryan here.
I'm Ryan.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you guys. I am the electrical guy that most people call, so that's why I'm here.
Who we gonna call? Yeah, so we're gonna start with some low-hanging fruit and add this tachometer, which this year of Toyota for some reason didn't come with, and that's gonna be nice having.
So here's where we were running, which is not ideal at all. And on the back of here,
Switch it. Oh,
Yeah.
is it like a calibration thing or like a?
yeah, it's basically a calibration. So when you have that 8 cylinders, it's basically less of revolutions that are occurring.
Duh.
Basically, it's just scale. That's what it is.
Oh my god.
That's so funny.
So-
I would have never thought to work on that. Yeah.
Well,
Because usually all the tachometers that I work with they're built into like an electronic,
like the cluster thing.
Cluster.
Yeah.
and so everything's already pre-wired. But that's funny.
That's great. We got it. Dude, look at it. And its final home. It looks so good.
So good.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So today we are making lasagna from scratch. And when I mean from scratch, like even the noodles. So here we are making some traditional lasagna noodle, breaking up the egg into the, I think it's semolina. I don't know how to perfectly say that, but that's a traditional Italian flour. So anyways, I got the dough together and now we're gonna put it through a pasta maker / roller. Like I said, not a professional, just I enjoy cooking. So I divided up the dough and I slowly rolled a little bit of it out to make sure it would fit into the roller. And then I start on the like widest thickness of noodle, and each time I keep making it a little bit thinner and thinner and sending it back through to get a nice thin lasagna noodle. And it's not perfect looking, but honestly, it tasted perfect, so I don't really care. Officially my first time making lasagna noodles. I really want to make sourdough noodles, but I kind of feel like I need to master making regular noodles first, which has seemed to go pretty well so far. So more rolling out lasagna noodles, because lasagna takes many layers. So now that I got all my layers divided, got my ricotta filling going. This started completely full and I added homemade bone broth and lots of good ingredients, and I let it cook down since 8 a.m. this morning, and it is now 3:30. And so now the sauce is thickened and all of the zucchini and tomatoes and onions and garlic have all broken down, and it's this really just kind of rich, delicious meat sauce, and it'll be perfect in lasagna. Then Joe was on cheese grating duty, so we got some mozzarella and Parmesan, and then I began the layering. And and just lots and lots of layers of noodles and cheese and sauce and more cheese and more sauce. And then we threw that baby right into the oven.
Oh, it's heavy.
And several minutes later, we have our fresh baked lasagna. Almost looks like giant meatballs on top, but it just bubbled up. Here we are, Emilee's lasagna. And of course, we topped it with some fresh basil from the garden. And I have to say, this came out so beautiful. Here, have a slice. Now that we officially have our electrical system purchased, we can move out of the planning stage and into the getting shit done phase.
So what Emily and I have done is we've marked every spot that we think we will need any sort of electrical power, including any lights, any outlets, any appliance. Yeah, so we basically visualized what we wanted and took our time. We slept on it overnight and feel like we got everything. Hopefully didn't miss anything. But what we got to do now is come in and router all the spots the wires got to go. So there's a good chunk of it that get to run underneath all the bench sheets and behind the countertops, so they don't have to be hidden in between the walls. But the ones that do, mostly the ceiling, we're gonna use a router and inset it, you know, like a 1/4 inch, just enough to get the wire flush and hidden, so it's not gonna have any effect when we put the plywood or the ceiling part on. We will also be trying not to cross as many rafters, sidewall, any supports. You know, we just don't want to compromise any of the integrity, and we'll kind of stagger them and make sure they're shallow, and I don't know, that's kind of where we're at. So let's do it.
We took a Sharpie and drew out every single wire run, so we knew exactly where and how to router the path from each of our lights or appliances to the distribution panel.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Oh, hey! Now that Joe's done a beautiful job routing a space for the wires, we can start sticking them in there and taping them up. Let's do it.
Can you follow Shadow Me grab that hammer? The ball ping part? Because these don't always go all the way in.
Some tie-wreck tape and staples help keep wiring in place. All right, time for some sour donuts. Get it? Because they're sourdough donuts. But my sourdough is Sour Joe. All right, so the day before I made the dough and let it rise, and then I cut everybody up into little cute shapes, and I fried them in some coconut oil. And we got the glaze put together, and I slowly dunked each of the donuts into the glaze while they were still a teeny bit warm, so that most of it would run off so you get a nice thin glaze. And of course I did some JOEs for Joe because they're sour donuts. And of course the donut holes. Gotta love the donut holes. And here I am doing some quality assurance, making sure it wasn't poisonous. It was not. Have one. And then these ones I made a little extra special. I cored them out or like, you know, and then I filled them with a homemade lemon curd. And these came out so amazing. We would like to take a moment and thank every one of you for watching and supporting us. We are so excited to dive deeper into our renovation. So follow along, like this video, leave a comment if there's anything you'd like to see or just to say hello. And thank you for being here, and we'll see you guys next time.